Hello, hello, hello. I wanted to jump on here real quick and talk to you guys about something that's come up all week for me, and that is the concept of relationship and the importance of building relationships, having connections, making sure that you are creating genuine connections where both parties are helping one another, or if it's a group of people that you are all helping each other. So I am definitely a relational person. I do business relationally. I live relationally. I feel like it's important to really, get to know people, get to know what they're interested in, what their needs are, and how you can help them as well as how they can help you. I think a lot of times where people get confused when it comes to networking or growing their circle is that, they look at it as a sales opportunity and they're going in, I call it cutting people's eyeballs, giving people paper cuts with their business cards. That is not the way. I know when it happens to me, I completely block it out. Like, it's not even intentional. It's just my mind just kind of blocks it out because it's so abrupt. And if somebody in that moment is in need of what you have, maybe you'll make a sale that way, right? But I find it much more beneficial to build solid relationships with people. I've had so many opportunities come out of relationships that I've built with people, to the extent that in my other business, sometimes I'll get referrals and I'm not even familiar with the person that they said referred them, meaning that it was someone connected to me that spoke my name to someone else that then spoke my name to someone else. That all comes out of building and making connection. And it may take a little bit longer sometimes, but it's so rich and fruitful that it's really, when you do networking the right way, when you build relationships and connections, you are building your own little sales force, because you have all these other people who are promoting your business to people, and to promoting your business to hot leads, because they're bringing up your name in times and spaces where somebody is looking for what you offer, and they know what that is because they've built that relationship with you, and they know what you're going through and what you are seeking in the season, right? So take the opportunity to start building relationships with people. Reach out to people, not just for what you can get out of the situation. Honestly, I think the best way to reach out to someone, especially if it's someone you don't know, is to be of service to them. So if there's somebody who you want to connect to and build a relationship with, and you don't currently have a relationship, look at what they're doing and see who in your network or what resource you have that can help them with what they're doing, because that automatically brings those like defensive walls down, because we all get that way after a while, because you hang out with a little, too many overly salesy folks, and you start to get like, oh, what are you trying to sell me? And you miss some opportunities sometimes to connect with somebody because of that. But we all tend to start to build that guard. You want that guard to come down so that you can kind of have a connection. So don't lead in with, hey, this is how you can help me. That's what most DMs that I get look like, hi, I'm so and so, you never met me before, but I want you to invest in this thing, or I want you to do this thing for me. It's so much more effective to lead in with, hey, we have these things in common. This is a way we can work together. Or, I noticed that you're doing this. I know someone who does this. Or, I have a great, person for you to interview if you have a podcast. I have, a great person for you to work with. that is much more welcoming, especially like I said, when you are approaching someone who you don't know. So let's try different approaches. Let's try to build relationships and understand that some of those relationships may be fruitful in a week, in a month. Some of them, it may be years, but that you have, it's like you're building this additional funnel of opportunities by building good and solid relationships. The other side of that is you have support. That was one of the biggest things that, in our personal lives, but especially as, entrepreneurs or professionals that are, advancing. You hear that all the time, that I'm looking for support, I'm looking for community. You got to build it. It doesn't just, show up at your door. You have to build it. You have to be open to it. You have to be participating in it. You cannot just be a recipient of it. And, I hear people say, I've seen it happen. People that are in my world, I'm not going to say my circle. My circle is like the bomb. Like my circle is thebomb.com. But there are people in my world who only pop up when they need something, and then want to holler all of the time that they don't have support, or that people don't support one another. When everyone else in the group was doing something, you weren't there. You weren't supporting. So you can't cash in on what you haven't invested in. So invest in community. Know that there will always be payouts of investing in community, and not all of them will be financial payouts or clients. Sometimes it's just that person that understands and is able to push you to the next point. But I had a wonderful, wonderful week of, fellowshipping in different ways with different people, and it just reminded me of how important community is. It's something that I don't lose sight of, because I try to stay focused in community on a daily basis. I mean, your group chat is a community, right? So I try to stay focused in community, but I know that a lot of people struggle with it, and a lot of people want to have that really strong community around them. You have to build it. So pick up a brick and lay that foundation and start building it today. And I'm going to give you a tip just to get yourself started. So today, I want you to think about somebody who you admire, who you may want to work with, who you may want to be a part of your circle. And I want you to send them a message, purely just giving them a shout out for who they mean, what they mean to you, who they are through your lens and your eyes. Just give them their flowers. Just do that one thing and start from there. If you have a resource or someone who you think that can be helpful to them, or even a tip that you think that can help them, share that as well. That is just step one of opening a door of conversation. They may respond, they may not, but you open the door. Give it a try and start really being thoughtful and mindful about building up relationships, because you never know who out there is also thinking. Because I've had that happen where I met somebody that was like, geeked out to meet me, and I was like, I am geeked out to meet you. So you don't know what opportunities, friendships, collaborations are out there if you're not putting yourself out there. But don't reach out if you're not willing to be reciprocal, if you're not willing to build this relationship, build this community brick by brick. Then just stay where you are. If you're really committed to building, start reaching out to people. Stop being shy about it. We got to let go of team no new friends. There are wonderful people out there for you to meet that you can take with you along your amazing journey, and they're going to help you further your journey, and you're going to help them further theirs. All right, that's what I got for you today. I'll talk to you guys soon.